you already said all this.
Hi, I'm Keller Glass. I want to talk to you about the Broad Street Traffic Calming and Pedestrian Safety Project. And I want to convince you to vote yes on the May 12th referendum for the budget and for the Broad Street project. Absentee ballots are available May 3rd, so probably by the time that you see this. The road diet is actually a pretty simple story. Local business leaders in the mid-90s realized that pedestrians didn't feel safe on Broad Street and that was reducing foot traffic to their businesses. So they got together, they organized, which eventually became First Town Downtown, and they went out and got funding for the project so that it wouldn't cost local taxpayers a dime. Problem, solution, funding, pretty simple. But even that's pretty abstract. So I wanted to show you what walking on Broad Street as a pedestrian daily really feels like. All right, sweetie, where are your two favorite places to walk in Windsor?
Okay, Lickle Patty and the library.
That was really good. All right, so we're gonna cross the street a few times between Lickle Patty and the library, which are my daughter's two favorite places to walk in town. At some point, I'd like her to be able to walk down here on her own, but I'm not sure when or if I'll feel comfortable letting her cross this street by herself, for reasons that will become very clear by the end of this video. Broad Street was reconfigured in the 1950s at a time when the country was rapidly building out highways. Civil engineers at the time were figuring out ways to make highways safer and then applying those same lessons to state and local roads. The result was large state roads with wide lanes and high-speed turns running through retail and residential districts, creating dangerous intersections between driveways, intersections, and yes, pedestrians. To this day, 70% of those cars are just passing through. They're not stopping, they're not shopping, and 30% of them are exceeding the speed limit.
Are they new?
No, those have been there for a while.
Lincoln?
Yeah, no, they've been there for a while.
Because I see them in Mass, and I know, and I come to the concert,
Oh, okay.
and I never noticed them.
You never noticed them?
Somebody else pressed the button, and I never.
If you've ever tried crossing Broad Street at a crosswalk, you'll know there's a very specific chain of events that can make crossing a four-lane road extremely dangerous for pedestrians. When a car stops for you, the stopped car is now in between you and the drivers in the other lane. Drivers in the other lane may not know why the car is stopped, and even if they slow down, by the time they see you, they may be only 15 or 20 feet away. I bring this up because it's terrifying and because this is not something that we're going to be able to fix with enforcement. You know, a lot of these are close calls, maybe not even moving violations. So, you could put a cop at every crosswalk, but, by the time there's a moving violation to write a ticket for, someone is blowing right by someone in a crosswalk, or, a car is hitting a pedestrian and it's really too late. All right, here we go.
Oh, can I have one?
Here, you want to wave?
Oh, yeah.
All right, go ahead. Okay, wave it so people can see. Yeah, man. It just does not have to be this way. I don't know what else to say. Like, we should be able to cross the street at that corner to get to the library and, not wonder if we're stepping into a tragedy, Like, we have to do better than this. Compare that to this road diet in West Hartford. This used to be 4 lanes, now it's 2 lanes with a turn lane. The driver only has to worry about the one lane in front of them. They see the pedestrian, they stop, then all the cars behind them come to a stop. There are no blind lanes to worry about. And then that stops all the cars behind them. Thank you. That's it. It's that easy. And then all the cars go. I'd never walked here before, and I can tell you this felt so much safer than Broad Street. This is so simple. Fewer lanes, slow down traffic, pedestrians only have to communicate with one vehicle, and that car blocks all the cars behind it. All right, let's go this way. Thank you. The 3-lane configuration also smooths traffic flow by moving turning vehicles out of travel lanes. It also provides cyclists with a method to make left-hand turns out of the way of traffic. And you know, something else that I don't think gets talked about enough is that as a town, we are placing affordable and elderly housing in Windsor Center with the implicit promise that those residents are going to be able to access the services that they need on foot. So, you know, we have a lot of elderly housing near Fitch Court, right at the old Fitch Middle School, and Broad Street is in between those residents and the pharmacy, post office, town hall, the library. They have to cross Broad Street. This is not an optional exercise for these folks. And in fact, for a lot of them, this is something that they need to do multiple times a day. So, you know, we have an obligation to our neighbors to make sure that the neighborhood is safe for them to access the services that they need on foot. We've been trying to make Broad Street both a convenient, high-speed road and a main street for town life to happen for 80 years. The result has been near-monthly collisions, serious injuries to residents and town employees, and a dangerous wall cutting through the middle of our neighborhood. Bottom line, Broad Street can be a highway bypass, or it can be a safe, welcoming main street for Windsor. It can't be both. Thank you for your time. The dulcet tones of Amtrak. My eyes have seen the coming of the glory of the Lord. By the time an infraction has occurred, someone is blowing by someone in a crosswalk or they're hitting a pedestrian. It's so loud here. I should not be recording in the middle of the intersection like this.
I think we're good.
It's pretty boring, huh?
Yeah.